What's up, guys? Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing kind of like a pseudo review style video, I guess. Now, I know I'm not a game reviewer by any means, but I've done a few videos like this in the past. It was always fun, and I actually got mega early access to Mafia Definitive Edition. So the game comes out today when you're watching this, or technically maybe tonight at midnight, depending on where you're at in the world. But yeah, I've had the game for over a week now, and that's given me plenty of time to go through. I've played through, beat the whole thing, have all the episodes rendered and good to go. So we're going to be uploading a lot of the Let's Play throughout the next couple days. But it also gave me time to think about it and just kind of, play around, mess around with it. And I thought this might be kind of a fun video. So first of all, of course, huge shout out and thank you to 2K Games for sponsoring this video, for getting me that early access, that sort of thing. Like being able to pre-record episodes and already having the game beat is so nice. I really appreciated that. So thank you to them. And we're going to go through, we're going to talk about this. So Mafia Definitive Edition is the remake of Mafia 1 from back in 2002. This thing has been built from the ground up, massively improved, and I can honestly say it is my favorite Mafia game. You guys know, we've played through Mafia 2 twice here on the channel. We played through Mafia 3 when it came out a couple years ago, and now I've played the first one for the first time ever. And it's amazing. You guys are going to see it on the channel. It's absolutely incredible. It looks good. It plays good. It feels good. It is an incredible remake. I feel like the term remake is tossed around quite a bit, especially nowadays, because we've got, some old gems and classics that people are trying to bring up to, next gen and future technology. And it's, sometimes there's not a lot of heart and soul that goes into a remake, but this one is seriously incredible. If you would have told me that this is the first time this game was ever released, I would have believed you. So first up, in any review video, obviously price is important. This thing is $39.99, 40 bucks. It's not a full price game, which is great. That's, a deal in and of itself. It's a pretty long game. I think it was like 8 to 10 hours or so when I played through it. I'm cutting out some stuff in there, so it might even be a little bit longer. Plus you have free modes and collectibles and stuff like that, so you can get quite a bit of replayability out of it. And, like I said, it was a fantastic game. If you told me it was released for the first time today, I would have believed you. So a new game at 40 bucks is pretty good. It's also got the trilogy option though. So you can get the new Definitive Edition trilogy, which comes with Mafia 1, Mafia 2, and Mafia 3. And that's only $60. So you get 3 major games that honestly I feel like everybody needs to play. I feel like they're all great. Mafia 1 is now my favorite, but they're all great. And you get that for $60. So I know right now it's been a little bit dry. If you guys are looking for something new to play, that would not be a bad idea. Now, if you guys want to think about this or get more details or maybe look into buying it, check that top link down there in the description. It's a link provided to me by 2K. I don't get any kickback or anything like that from it, but obviously they're tracking clicks and stuff, and if I have some clicks, it's gonna make me look good. So if you guys are thinking about buying or you want a little more info, be sure to use that one. Now let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the gameplay, what it's like to play, our new features, etc. So Hangar 13, the developers said they wanted a faithful reimagining of the original game from 2002. So basically that means they're taking everything that, like, for those of you who played it back in the day, everything you know and loved about that, they're bringing over, remaking, rebuilding into a current gen game. But then they're adding more on top of that. Obviously, the game engine and mechanics and stuff have been completely updated and overhauled, and it feels really good. Oftentimes I feel like remakes kind of struggle in this department, but it felt fantastic. The gunplay was great. I really liked, the health systems. It was super simple, easy to understand. The cover systems were great as well. There's quite a bit of sneaking and stuff you can do. The one thing that I didn't necessarily love is like the long distance shooting. Unless you had the marksman rifle, it was hard to be accurate with pistols or with ARs or anything like that. It's just because you have like the big circle, and there's quite a bit of bloom, and it's hard to be pinpoint accurate at distance, but you didn't really have a lot of situations like that. Overall, the gunplay felt great. You've got a large mix of, pistols and revolvers and Tommy guns and shotguns and marksman rifles. There's even a sniping mission, so it felt pretty good. The combat felt good. The driving was amazing, and I don't know why, but I always place a lot of importance on what the driving mechanics feel like, especially in games like this. The driving was incredible, and they actually put a lot of effort into the vehicles and just kind of that whole side of the game, which we'll talk about here in a second. But it was good. I found myself really trying to get perfect with the e-brake and drifting around corners and stuff. It was a lot of fun. Of course, the realism overall is just massively upgraded here. The city of Lost Heaven, which is kind of like a a 1930s Chicago and New York mixed together, a little bit more on the Chicago side. It looks fantastic, of course. You know, I was playing on the new PC with 1440p and max graphics, and it was amazing. Everything looked so good. Seeing the sunlight bounce off the buildings and come through the trees and stuff like that, it looked incredible. But apart from just the graphics, which obviously in a remake are going to be better, overall, the city felt alive. Like, a lot of your interactions with the NPCs, even outside of like main missions, felt super unique and super real. NPCs interacting with each other, just the world hustling and bustling around you while you're trying to run in this criminal empire. It was pretty cool. Even the radio, dude. Like, I was really enjoying just riding around in the car listening to the radio, because it would talk about current events in the game. It would also talk about current events from the 1930s outside of the game, like real world events about, you know, the Prohibition and the World War and all kinds of stuff like that. You could even listen to the World Series that was happening. So it just, like, everything truly interacted with each other, and it felt like every decision you made, everything you did had some weight to it, which was pretty cool. It was super immersive. The main story itself was great. Like I said, 8 to 10, maybe 12 hours, depending on what you're doing. So not the longest story in the world, but it truly kept me on the edge of my seat. It never felt like it was getting, you know, dull or boring or dragging on or anything like that. Like, it was a blitz. I was nearly in tears at the end. I think some of you guys might know, based on events from Mafia 2, what happens towards the end, but obviously no spoilers happening here. I believe there was a prologue and then like 5 chapters that span the 1930s, so I think you start in 1930 and it ends around 1938, and then there's an epilogue at the end. So overall, pretty good. Few missions in each chapter, 5 chapters. You know, it was a solid game. It was fun. Like we said at the beginning, it's not even a full price game, or you can get the trilogy for $60. So I think the length was perfect. Now, outside of the main story, they also have the new free ride mode. So the original game had like a couple of little modes where you could go around and explore the city outside of the main missions. This one kind of combines all of those, and you can just, it's basically like a free play. You can go out and do whatever you want. You can mess around with all the cars you have unlocked, the weapons. You can just explore the city and do anything and everything you want to do. I believe there are collectibles available in here, as well as other secrets and Easter eggs and stuff, which we are definitely going to be checking out. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But a little bit more replayability there. And the cool thing is that it's actually available after the very first mission that you do. So a lot of games will save like the free play mode for after you beat the game, and then you can run around and do whatever you want. This you can enter anytime after you complete that first mission. And you know, kind of similar along with this, like I said, you could use anything you want, including all the cars that you have unlocked. They also have a car cyclopedia. This is where I was talking about earlier. Like, they went crazy in depth with the vehicles in this game. And obviously, like, you know, driving is a part of it, but it's not like a major focus of the game. So they didn't have to get this in depth, but it's honestly really, really cool. Every car feels massively different when you have it on the road. They also added in motorcycles, which were not in the original game. And it's just, you know, I had a lot of fun just simply riding around to different objectives in between missions and stuff, just because the cars felt so good. And just to see some like actual real 1930s era vehicles and what they were like back then, it was kind of cool. I don't have a lot of, like, you know, experience with that era, so it was cool to see them and get to know them and that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, that pretty much covers it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Like I said, I'm not like a major top tier reviewer or anything like that. I really enjoyed the game, and I figured you guys would be curious about what I thought, especially after I had beat it and stuff. So we're definitely going to be uploading tons of, you know, videos and Let's Plays and stuff over the next few days, so make sure you guys are on the lookout for that. And like I said, if you guys want to check out the game for yourself, that top link down in the description sitting down there, and I think you guys will enjoy it. We are in kind of a lull right now for games, so Mafia definitely came in and saved the day. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to see more review style videos like this, let me know. I had fun putting it together, and I'm gonna see you guys later. Peace out.
Doesn't matter. Come on, we need to get out of here.